This week is an incredibly joyous week because we live with the Torah and we live with Abraham, who God told to leave his father's home and go off to the land that God was going to show him. And yet, the reason why this is the best of times is precisely because it is the worst of times. Good morning. We just celebrated the anniversary of the date when the last Jew would arrive home after his visit to Jerusalem for the holiday season. The Talmud says that the last Jew only arrives home on the 7th of Cheshvan, and that's why Israel begins to pray for rain on the 7th of Cheshvan, because they don't want to pray for rain when people are still traveling. So think about it. Everyone's home from the temple. They were in such a high, in such a radiant, joyous environment together with all the Jewish people. And yet, now they come home. Why is there joy here? But the Torah says, they went back home to their tents, joyous and with gladness of heart. Why were they so happy? They left the temple, they left Jerusalem, they left being with everyone together. The answer is, as King Solomon taught, there is a greater light from the darkness. When you light a candle during the daytime, you don't see the effect of the candle. Precisely when you light the candle in the darkest time and place, do you see the power of its light? So too, God's desire is to have a home in the lowest realm. And when do we become ambassadors for God in the fullest sense, to make the lowest realm a home for God? Not when we're in Jerusalem, but when we depart and go back to the mundane and engage with earthly things for the sake of God and bring holiness to the mundane, then we cause the greatest happiness to God and therefore the greatest happiness to ourselves. Candlelight time for Los Angeles is 5:40. I dedicate our minute of Torah today to Chali and Shaiki in honor of their brand new baby girl soldier in the army of Hashem. May she grow to Torah, Chuppah, Masim Tovim. Also, I dedicate this to Tzvi Hirsch ben Rabbi Yosef, whose anniversary of passing is tonight. May his neshama have an aliyah. Have a wonderful Shabbat.